Ryan Smith on pole in the number 1 Daimler Freightliner. Alongside him, number 69, David Jenkins. Second row, number 7, Stuart Oliver, and 46, Bradley Smith. Third row, 89, Simon Reed, number 12, Michael Oliver. Row 4 is John Bowler, number 14, on the Worsford's gravelly excursion in the International Truck Pre-Race earlier on. Starts alongside Tom O'Rourke in the 86. Craig Reed is next in the 68, alongside 95, Ricky Collett. And then Simon Falk, number 92, and number 3, Stephen Powell, after problems in qualifying, rounding out Division 1. Then a gap back to Division 2. Paul Rivett on pole position, number 22, alongside the number 6 of John Powell. Then number 5, Adam Bint, and 10, Craig Evans. 28 of Jim Bennett is next. 41, Simon Cole, and 33, Neil Yates. I think Simon Cole might be starting from the pit lane in the 41. Neil Yates in the Division 1 33 truck, starting from the back, of course, as he's new to that truck this weekend. And Paul Rivett has struck lucky because he was able to rejoin after reattaching his turbo boost pipe in race 1. Finished at the back of the Division 2 runners, which gives him pole position for race 3, and that's tomorrow, because great results of race 1 sets the grid for race 3. He's qualified on pole here. Revs beginning to rise. He's near 1,000 horsepower engines. Power starts to come on, and here we go. Down towards Redgate for the first time. Ryan Smith gets away well, so does Stuart Oliver on his tail. Ricky Collett trying to get up the outside. Smith will just about have the advantage into the first corner. Michael Oliver caught in the middle slightly there, further back, and John Powell round the outside, leans on Paul Rivett's contact there. Powell's going to run out wide over the curb. A bit of contact again between the two of them. They bounce off each other. Surprised that at least one of them wasn't sent spinning. Something flew off. I don't know whether that was from Rivett or Powell. And side by side further ahead, John Bowler and Ricky Collett. So a bit of a frantic start to this one. Paul Rivett's smoke off the left front of his truck. I wonder if he's had a tyre let go there. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's going off. It's the rear tyre, not the front. Yes, I think he's got a puncture there, Paul Rivett. So is that going to be another pit visit for the 22? There was contact there, definitely. And I wonder if John Powell's wounded as well. Yes, he's slowing down. So they're both wounded as a result of that contact. Yeah, Paul Rivett, you can see him sliding about there. There's the punctured tyre, damaged rear wheel. And he's going to be heading for the pits. I wonder if that truck's dropping fluid as well. John Powell we saw slowing up as well in the number 6, so they've both come to grief as a result of that collision. There's John Powell at the back. Okay, we'll pick up the Division 1 leaders as they cross the line. Ryan Smith's got the lead ahead of Stuart Oliver and David Jenkins. We've seen that before. We'll see what's happened to John Powell hopefully as well. Over the line there you go. Here comes David Jenkins having a look for second place. Stuart Oliver closes off the door on him into Redgate. It's Daimler Freightliner, Volvo, MAN at the front. Bradley Smith in 4th, then Simon Reed, Michael Oliver. Looks like Ricky Collett up to 7th. He's got away well, our camera truck. Down the Craner curves they go, and they're not letting Ryan Smith get away here. And Stuart Oliver is not letting David Jenkins get up alongside him. Out of the old hairpin they go. Here comes Jenkins again. He's determined here. He's still yet to win in 2023. And a spinner, that's Neil Yates. Kept it off the barriers this time, that's at Redgate. And he gets it going again. They're right on the back of Ryan Smith here. Normally we see Ryan start to charge away at the front, but he's not able to get away this time. Has he got the setup wrong? Or is there a slight problem for the number 1? Jenkins is so much quicker than Stuart Oliver. Look, coming off into the exhibition straight. Oliver's leaning on him. Oh, look at this, they're pushing each other onto the grass. Whoa, there's a bit of needle creeping into this, and Jenkins has lost out to Bradley Smith and Simon Reed. Jenkins is going to be angry at that. That was like motorised rugby down the straight there, the way they pushed each other across onto the grass. And now, oh, what's going on here? Now Michael Oliver's hit David Jenkins. This is more like saloon stock car racing. Oh, David Jenkins is certainly going to be angry if he wasn't before. Here comes Ricky Collett now in the 95. Closing up on Simon Reed now in the 89. That's for what is now 4th position. Now, has Paul Rivett headed for the pits? No, I think he's still going. Okay, things settle down again. Then it's Smith from Oliver. Well, we said Ryan Smith wasn't getting away, but that bit of push and shove has allowed him to get away now. Through go the rest of Division 1. Who's leading Division 2? It is still Paul Rivett, according to my timing screen. Well, I don't think he is. Well, he's still going in the 22. Is he still at the front of Division 2? Yes, he is. I thought he'd dropped back. But no, it is still Rivett from Binton Evans in Division 2. With that damage to the wheel, I really thought he would drop away. That's good driving by Paul Rivett. He's keeping it going. I thought he'd got a punctured tyre, but no, it's holding up okay. Adam Bint in second, a better run from him, no turbo problems this time. Ricky Collett at the front, Michael Oliver pushing again. We see it from Ricky Collett's rear view camera. Well, Michael Oliver certainly being a bit over-aggressive through the chicane, I would say, in my opinion, in this race. He's already hit David Jenkins. Jenkins is still in P5, though, chasing Simon Reed. There's Craig Reed, under fire from John Bowler in the 14, and Stephen Powell in the number 3. So Collett heads this group. This is for 6th position, because Jenkins has got away a little bit in front of them. Now we just see the Morris Lubricants banner in the foreground. John Bowler got a bit sideways there as he chases Ricky Collett and company. Through McLean's. Still your leader is Ryan Smith, 1.8 seconds clear now. But he wasn't getting away from Oliver and Jenkins until they started pushing each other around. On board with Ricky Collett. Under fire from Craig Reed and Michael Oliver. They're lapping John Powell's rather hobbled DAF. Won't be a repeat Division 2 victory for him in this one. Over the line they go. They mentioned Simon Cole was in the pit lane. Unfortunately, he failed to take the start. He went back into the paddock, I can tell you, the 41. He did come out of the assembly area, but didn't start the race, unfortunately. So more problems, sadly, for Cole. Ryan Smith leads by 2.3 seconds. 1:26.729, his quickest lap of the race. Then Stuart Oliver, Bradley Smith up there in third. The best he's had this year is a second at Thruxton last time out. But trying to usurp him from a podium place here is Simon Reed in the 89 in the Iveco. Here they are at McLean's. David Jenkins behind them. There's Neil Yates, our newcomer, his second meeting in the championship. He's got ahead of Jim Bennett in the Seth Atkinson. Certainly a fan's favourite is Gentleman Jim. Races purely for enjoyment. Well, we say motorsport should be fun. I'm running wide. Adam Bint and Craig Evans. Craig Evans has lost a lot of ground there to Adam Bint. This is for second in Division 2 behind Paul Rivett in his slightly battered MAN. Fourth in Division 2 is Bennett. And of course John Powell is now a couple of laps down. David Jenkins up the inside, can't quite get past Simon Reed. Through towards the Craner curves they go once again. We're just past half distance. There is Adam Bint. Now, how far behind Paul Rivett is the Volvo White Aerodyne? Crosses the line just over 3 seconds back. David Jenkins all over Simon Reed. Then we've got the next group, Collett, Michael Oliver and Craig Reed. Next is John Bowler. He's fighting with Stephen Powell. So nice little battles continuing to develop everywhere you look. Still your leader is Ryan Smith from Stuart Oliver. 2.2 seconds is the gap, but Oliver has now got the fastest lap of the race, 1:26.247. Let's see if he improves that this time through. You can see it's drying out up there because everybody virtually has recorded personal bests on the last lap. Has the gap come down? No, it's increased again. Ryan Smith responds, 1:26.145 for Flying Ryan. Here comes Jenkins again. No, he's not close enough. Bradley Smith driving superbly up there in third place. Side by side further back, Craig Reed and Michael Oliver almost leaning on each other. Can they get side by side down the Craner curves? Craig Reed pulls ahead. John Bowler right behind them. Craig Reed holds the place into the old hairpin. You won't get through there. You won't get two trucks side by side through there. Battle for second in Division 2. There's Paul Rivets in the background leading Division 2. Craig Evans trying to get onto level terms with Adam Bint. Still this battle for third in Division 1 races on, and Bradley Smith's run a little bit wide there coming off Coppice. 5 minutes to go. Oh, Jim Bennett slowing. Is he slowing up just to let the quicker runners through there, though? I think so. Down into the chicane. No, Jim Bennett has got a problem. I think he's going very slowly there as the rest of Division 1 gets through. Stephen Powell all over the tail of John Bowler. They've been scrapping all race long. Ryan Smith missing all the fun out front. There's John Powell also going extremely slowly. Oh, we're going to have a couple of retirements on our hands here. They'll want to try and finish, of course, because they'll figure in the reverse grids for race 4. Race 1 gives the grid for race 3. Race 2 gives the grid for race 4. 4 minutes to go. Is that Adam Bint? Is he having the same problem as before? That looks like it's, yes, black smoke, and he's slowing up again, I think. What was Adam Bint's lap time there? He's lost second to Craig Evans. Yeah, I think he's in problems with his turbo again. Because there's Evans up the road. Adam Bint's in trouble again. And that smoke looks suspiciously like the same as we saw in race 1 with the turbo pipe having failed. Oh, poor Adam Bint. Now, David Jenkins with a better run on Simon Reed this time, but again Reed holds the line. David Jenkins getting frustrated. He'll be frustrated anyway after that bit of contact with Stuart Oliver earlier on. Is Stuart Oliver, now 3.1 seconds behind Ryan Smith. Then the fight for 6th. Here comes Craig Reed around the outside. We're on board with Ricky Collins. Michael Oliver, Stephen Powell has got ahead of John Bowler behind them. Up into 9th position. Tom O'Rourke behind. We've not seen much of Tom O'Rourke so far this weekend. Small gap behind him for Simon Faulkner. A little bit of a lock up there possibly from Ricky Collins. Here comes Craig Reed right on his tail. The fastest lap of the race for Ryan Smith, 1:25.955. He's under the 1:26 bracket. Still Bradley Smith hanging on in that third place. 2 minutes to go. This time David Jenkins hanging back because Simon Reed is having a go in turn at Bradley Smith for that third place. Lead gap is still 3.1 seconds for Ryan Smith, heading for win number 10 this season. Paul Rivett, it'll be win number 5 in Division 2 if he hangs on in front, despite that knock early on in the race. We finally have the change for 6th place there. Craig Reed is through on Ricky Collins at Redgates. Tony Vico ahead of the MAN. We've lost Jim Bennett, unfortunately. He's dropped out of the race. I thought he may have a problem. Less than a minute on the clock now, though, so it could be last lap this time for Ryan Smith. He's checked out once again. Into the chicane. He's got John Powell ahead of him there in his struggling MAN. Now, can Stuart Oliver close back up again on the final lap? Well, he has a little, because Ryan Smith was briefly delayed by that back marker, and there's another back marker there, Adam Binns. This is exactly what Stuart Oliver wants. He took a second out of Ryan Smith on that last lap, so this is not over yet. Paul Rivett still leads Division 2. He's nearly 10 seconds clear of Craig Evans now, with Adam Binns having slowed. Here's the battle for third, still Bradley Smith holding on. But can Stuart Oliver catch Ryan Smith? He has got the gap down a little. He took a second out of him on the previous lap because Ryan Smith was, I think it's just because he was delayed by back markers. Now the third place fight has got to negotiate Adam Binns. I think Ryan Smith is going to hang on. The gap did come down a little. Into Coppice for the last time. Clock has counted down to 0, so the checkered flag is awaiting him. It's going to be double figures for the season for Ryan Smith as he continues his march towards an 8th British truck racing title. Here he comes into the chicane. Stuart Oliver has closed a little, but it's going to be too late. Ryan Smith will win it ahead of Stuart Oliver. Across the line they come now. What's going to happen for third place behind them? And indeed for 6th. Here's the third place fight. Bradley Smith has hung on all the way, and he takes third ahead of Simon Reed and David Jenkins, but only just. Who's going to be 6th? Here he comes. It's going to be Craig Reed. Good run by him. The rest of them come across the line. 7th place goes to Ricky Collins, just ahead of Stephen Powell. And who's going to be 8th? It's yes, Powell is 8th. Tom O'Rourke 9th, I should say, ahead of Michael Oliver and John Bowler. Yes, Bowler struggling in the closing stage. A bit of smoke from his truck as well. Yes, his last lap time 11 seconds slower than his quickest. Meanwhile, in Division 2, a bit of a race of attrition for them. In P13, it is Paul Rivett who is going to take win number 5 for him this season. Despite that first lap collision with John Powell, there is Powell a few laps down. Paul Rivett takes the win. Craig Evans will come over in 2nd, and 3rd in Division 2 will be Adam Binns. Well, Ryan Smith taking the win. Stuart Oliver closed in the closing stage. He's got the fastest lap of 1:25.950. Bad luck Jim Bennett, he's parked up on the Melbourne Loop, a non-finisher. But all the other 17 drivers made it home. Okay, provisional result then of British Truck Racing race number 2. Ryan Smith the winner by 1.9 seconds ahead of Stuart Oliver. Bradley Smith on the podium in 3rd, having held off Simon Reed and David Jenkins all the way. Craig Reed topped the battle for 6th ahead of Ricky Collins and Stephen Powell. So Powell will have pole for race 4. 9th for Tom O'Rourke ahead of Michael Oliver, John Bowler and Simon Faulkner. Paul Rivett wins Division 2 in 13th overall ahead of Craig Evans. Then Neil Yates was 15th, Adam Binns slowing in the closing laps, he was 16th, and John Powell a couple of laps down, the final finisher. Jim Bennett's the only retirement.